In today's video, I'm going to go over some profitable business ideas that you could start today as a small business owner and scale into a 6 to 7 figure business. I'll section the ideas into fashion business ideas, beauty business ideas, and accessories business ideas. And then after each group, I'll share where you can get more resources to start the business. Let's start off with beauty business ideas. The first one on my list is deodorants for teenagers. For this idea, you could decide to sell only the deodorant sticks or the roll-on or even the deodorant spray. You could also sell all three of them at the same time, but the focus is you're selling them for teenagers, not adults. So before going into it, do more research on the ingredients in the product and how they would interact with your target audience's underarm. The next business idea on my list is body oil business. Hear me out. For aging women. Due to who your target audience is, you need to do more research and then maybe add specific herbs to the oil. This particular idea has already been thoroughly discussed in the kit I'll be recommending later on. The way it was discussed, you see exactly how to implement it and the specific age range of women that you could sell it to if you decide to try it. The next idea is lip moisturizer with SPF. In today's world where people are battling with hyperpigmentation or trying to fight sunburn, this business will not just help them moisturize their lips, it will help them with both problems. Listen, if you can implement this business idea very well, you scale this business so fast that it will be unbelievable. And I know some manufacturers that you can use for the idea. The next idea is hair care line for dandruff. To implement this idea, my advice to you is to do more research about dandruff because there are different stages and levels to dry scalp. So if you want to implement this idea, you need to know which level you're going for specifically. When you have figured that out, you can start ordering samples to test out the formulations and how effective your hair care line is. If you need extra help with this idea, we could help you out. But yeah, it's something worth exploring because this is a problem for a lot of people and the market is very loyal and evergreen if your products do what they are supposed to do. I do not recommend home remedies. I can only vouch for the manufacturers that I will recommend because our clients have all tested them out without any kind of complaint. My next business idea recommendation is sugar, cream, or salt body scrubs. You can just sell the sugar scrubs or just salt body scrubs or maybe just cream body scrubs or sell all of them at the same time. In this business ideas ebook, we discuss how you could implement this idea and the audiences that you could sell it to. The point is, it is a very hot and evergreen business idea if you decide to implement it. And if you do implement it or any of the business ideas that I have been recommending, these are the business kit that I recommend that you should use. For ideas number 1, 2, 3, and this fifth one, you find everything you need to start them in this skincare business kit. And then for the hair care business, this is the kit that you should use. Let me briefly go over what is in the kit and then we'll go over the next set of business ideas. So first, you get access to different skincare business ideas. The ideas were researched by our team here at TFB. And they're not just profitable, they are also evergreen, meaning that your customers will always come back to you. Speaking of customers, for each idea, you get the exact target audience that the idea is for. So you don't have to guess or figure it out by yourself. The next resources you find in the kit are manufacturers for the ideas. Yes, you get access to custom or private label manufacturers that can make all the products I spoke about. Here's my favorite part about the companies that we are recommending. They all have a team of licensed dermatologists and scientists working inside the company. So they make sure that every product is well formulated before they are sent out. There are also custom manufacturers in the kit. So if you decide to buy the products in wholesale, you have access to a ton of skincare products that they have already formulated. Do you remember the deodorant business idea I mentioned earlier? There are 2 or I think 3 manufacturers in the kit whose product list for the last quarter of 2025 had over 70 to 100 different variants of deodorants that you could order for your business. Of course, after getting their contact details, you need to learn how to work with them, and that is what this business guide is for. You may pause the video to read what is in the guide if you like, but as a beginner, you cannot just jump into working with these manufacturing companies without bracing yourself for how they operate, how to create a good relationship with them that guarantees you good deals and so much more. And that is what this guide shows you. in details. Lastly, you get custom packaging manufacturers that you can use for your business branding and packaging. I'll leave the links to the beauty business kits in the description box, so make sure you go check it out there. Now that you know what to use for the beauty business ideas, let's move on to the fashion business ideas. The very first idea on my list is selling statement blazers as your main product. So this idea revolves around you selling statement blazers in different colors, or you could just stick to a specific color palette that gives off the vibe that you want your target audience to feel. So do you want them to feel hot? The blazer should reflect that. Do you want them to feel very sophisticated and classy? The blazer should also reflect that. If you need inspiration on this business idea, you could check Pinterest. Here's my favorite part. You could customize the designs that you want on each blazer, or you could just buy the blazers directly from a clothing manufacturer that already sells blazers. Don't worry, I know some and I'm going to put you on. The next idea is selling modest fashion wears. For most people, when they hear modest fashion, they immediately think it means tacky or shapeless clothes, but it doesn't. Your business can revolve around selling fashionable, modest wears that can be worn for different events. Your target audience can be younger or older, but do not make the mistake of selling to both of them at the same time, or you confuse your audience. The next idea is selling loungewear that your audience can leave the house in. I feel like when an average person hears loungewear, they immediately think it's an upgraded pajamas. That's not necessarily the case. In fact, your business is to make these loungewear something that your audience could leave the house in. It should also be so good that they could run errands in them and still feel good about what they are wearing. What I just said just now should be considered in your marketing if you implement this business idea. The next business idea is event-specific clothes. For this idea, you need to know the exact events that you want your target audience to wear your pieces to and then make them accordingly. For example, if you want them to wear your pieces to dinner, your business should revolve around that. But you cannot combine dinner wears with maybe, say, work wears. Those are different events and they can be a clash in the type of outfits that you create or sell, and it's going to affect your business. Don't worry, I'll recommend some manufacturers that you could use for this idea. And if you really want to lock down this idea and know your exact target audience and how to properly implement the idea, I'll share our clothing business kits that you could use for it. Since I already mentioned workwears, the next business idea is for you to sell workwears for women in their 20s. The fashion style is different because of the age, but that's the fun part. Your business creates pieces that they could wear to work or official business settings. We also discussed this business idea in our business kits. For this idea, you could narrow it down and you could sell the wares according to a specific industry. So let's say workwears for women in finance, or workwears for women in real estate, or workwears for lawyers, and so on. These are the business kits that really helps you with the ideas, from the manufacturers to use, the business guide that shows you how to work with them in details, custom packaging manufacturers, and so on. Besides the loungewear, every other business idea I discussed in this session, you need this clothing business kit for them. I'll leave the link to all of them in the description box. You could check them out there. The last section of this video is on profitable accessories business idea. And the first idea on my list are sunglasses business. Here is the idea. You sell the sunglasses with face shape guidance. Think about it. How many times have you thought of buying sunglasses online but scared that it wouldn't look good on you? So you then go to the mall and try them out first before buying them. The idea here is to merge the gap by having custom packaging that markets the sunglasses in a way that your ideal audience sees it and immediately thinks, well, this would look good on me too. The next idea is selling as seen on handbags. For this idea, you'll be selling handbags that are similar to styles that a beloved celebrity or influencer has already worn. The idea is a bit tricky because people often try to sell the designer bags that those celebrities wore, or they will sell replicas. That's not what this idea is about. The last idea in this category is selling everyday jewelry. I know I said everyday jewelry, but you're not supposed to try to sell them to everyone. There are two ways you could go about this idea. The first way is to use our Jewelry Business Ideas ebook to see the audiences and ways to implement the idea, because we really went into it. The second way is to do your own research on the audience you want to sell to and how you could sell to them. It's all up to you. For the jewelry business, this is the kit I recommend that you use. If you stayed from the beginning of the video, you have an idea of what is inside the kit. So yes, you will find profitable jewelry business ideas. You also find jewelry manufacturers, both custom manufacturers and the ones that sell in wholesale. You find this guide on how to work with them and custom packaging manufacturers. For the bags business kit, the same thing applies. However, for the sunglasses business kit, you find everything except the business ideas ebook. I'll leave the link to everything in the description box, so do well to check them out there. If you know anyone that will need this video, be a dear and share it with them. To our new subscribers, welcome to the business side of YouTube. You're in the right place. To our returning subscribers, I see you and I appreciate you. Thank you very much. If you have any questions about what we just went over, feel free to leave them in the comments. See you in the next video.